All right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead, and we'll try to straighten out some of those rough roads, make them smoother. So that's kind of bittersweet. I don't know how this is all going to end, but this is where I was trying to get to 4 years ago. I got my back to release, kind of, but it doesn't mean it stays released. I laid in the bed on my back to see what would happen. I waited 20 minutes on a heating pad, cramped up. Didn't do anything. I was hoping it was going to release. But as soon as I stood up, got my shoes on, my back went bloop and released. And I didn't have to do much to it. I mean, it's got some stuff in it, medicine in it, like magnesium oil and some arnica. But that's, it's a positive thing, kind of. Right? And I'm walking kind of okay with it released. I mean, my legs aren't the strongest, but they're not weepy wake. So this guy really knew what he was doing with the epidural. A little painful because he went in through a different route, but we decided that we weren't going to puncture the sac. Right? We used it. He used the catheter instead. Right. A little more painful that way. I went, "Huh." I said, keep going. I'm going to make sounds, but keep going. Huh. Every time he'd push it, it'd be like, ah. That's like a woman that's pregnant. That's how they do it with the catheter. So I got my phone in my left hand, trying to get that left side of the back activated, which might be happening. I don't know. I still need massage and stuff. No, it was horrible. I couldn't get anywhere. I actually went to massage. I actually got steroid shots. I actually, it just, again, when they curse you, you just don't get where you need to get to. Right. And I'm not perfect. It's just a matter of, at least I'm getting somewhere. I mean, the whole cramping up could be from the lower lumbar, and as soon as they fuse it, it could just go away. Right. It's just sad that 4 years of my life down the tubes there. Right. Oh, it was interesting. I mean, I'm with God, and I might look like like a nut bag, but I'm with God. Most of what I do is with God. Well, again, God's testing you. I test you sometimes with knowledge, but God's testing you to figure out where you're all going to go with it. Well, you all lie to God. Again, God's not exactly who you all think God is. What I got here. All right. Nah, it's a little bit sore. My back's still sore, but again, I haven't had any steroid shots in my back, and being able to break it down with relatively small number of massages. Right. And again, the Pope's out of the out of danger again. And now my back's back to normal a little bit. No, it's very sad. The last 4 years would have been nice to live a normal life. I was hoping for those 4 years. I was hoping to spend them in Texas and try to figure out what kind of life to live down there. Yeah. Thank you, Larry. Now I'm sure Clarence, Francis has heard me somewhere in his life. I don't know if he knows who I am. People tend to hear me. Yeah, it's kind of scary. I got to sleep on my side. I'm hoping to sleep on my back. I really like enjoy that. Actually, I just put it back in my right hand. See, I tried to keep it in my left. That was very interesting. I put just a regular set of inserts and some shoes, and that was it. Well, I tried to get myself to get massage, and I remember sitting there just shortly after I moved into that apartment, because I know I called that woman up somehow. I guess I had her phone number. I can't remember how it went. I think like I had to call her a few times. Hmm. Well, it could just be cramped up muscle for that long a time. It takes time to heal. I'm hoping it heals. But like I said, it was just horrible. Wish I never went to Texas. I don't know if Oklahoma would have been any better, but I hate the vacuum pack stuff from Amazon. Although they didn't make me return it, which was nice. It's supposed to be like a like okay, it's a mattress pad, but it's supposed to be like a heating pad. And somebody said they can only use two. I don't know if anybody uses any higher number. I think it goes up to 10. I have it on 10, and it's nothing. So I told him, look, I can't fit it back in the bag. There's like no heat. I mean, it just, you can tell it's on, but that's it. Like there's no real heat to it. So I just bought up one of their largest heating pads. That dude was like, yeah, just keep it. They refunded the money. It's probably something that doesn't work. And then they showed two controllers for the full size, and it's actually, you got to get the queen. I'd have bought the queen size because it fits on a full, right? Well, maybe it would have worked. Who knows if it had two controllers? Because it actually is only the size of a twin because I can feel where the wire begins, and it's just right. It's just a twin size set down the middle of a full. Probably why it doesn't work. Hey, they shopped all my items. Yeah, I'm paying money to these services to deliver. I'm just not into going into the stores. I'm achy and I don't feel like it. It actually is a nice looking mattress pad. It's a nice dark gray, but it doesn't even heat up. And then somebody was like, "Oh, I can only take number two. Number two. I don't know how anybody lays on this thing." I'm like, "What? It's nothing. There's no heat. It must be broken, I guess." Well, I already have a mattress pad that you look like I can wear, like a jacket kind of thing. So I could just lay that one at the top and then take the other one and lay it down at the bottom. Yeah, I try to get Amazon back when that kind of thing happens. So I get a couple items. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if my heating pad's doing it or what. I've been plenty of places where it's been warmer than a heating pad. I don't know. I ordered something. I was like trying to do my order from Walmart, and when I woke up, I like snoozed out. I was actually ordered, and there was like no tip. I'm like, I think you changed the tip. But, maybe that's why they're like running behind because I didn't tip anybody. But there's a way to change it if I'm not mistaken on a Walmart order, like up to 24 hours or something. Yeah, my life has been destroyed by these people. It's just so sad. My life should have happened very easily. I'm just going around healing people most of the time anyway. It'd been nice. I've had a normal life. after COVID. And I just, I don't know. I went to massage. It just didn't work out. Uh, and I even got a couple of those shots in my back, but I guess I didn't get massage after that until I got to Tyler, which wasn't that long after it. I was just an absolute freaking mess when I left Amarillo. I was just one just solid mass of, of, of soreness and couldn't move. And, who knows? I mean, they could have drugged me. That's still a possibility, right? And that kept me locked up. Someone's trying to make me forget and put it in my right hand. Right, I was walking around with this thing, and then I may have. I don't think I broadcasted after I made this because I made the surgery. I didn't feel this loose, but right. I mean, my legs were still cramped up and stuff, but I remember sitting in there and going, thinking I feel okay, right? But God got through to take like a check of my body, right? I mean, I'm sure I was tight, but not like what happened ensued after the appointment. Within a day, right? I was starting to tighten up. So again, they could have put something. They could put even on your door handle. You only have to even eat it or drink it. The Lord said we're going to do an incense in front of the ark for Francis, but not yet. I'm burning just the general incense. Well, it'd been nice to have just a normal life instead of being effed off like that the whole time, right? Yeah, the key was, I think, to get to Rothman Institute, and then I would have, their doctors would have seen me through to, they'd have done the fusion, then they would have probably did whatever else was needed, right, as far as pain management. And then, I'd have got back to everything. And then if I was well, I could have just, spent like 6 months to a year in Philly and then moved on, right? So I bought a more normal hat, like a baseball hat. The other ones were too short and they don't stand up right. They look like everybody else now. The people born in the 80s and 90s, they started wearing these hats. I guess, late 80s, 90s. They're like flatter, more like a baseball cap, right? I helped a lot of people in my life. I mean, you got to understand, for me to help one person, you could help a million with the same energy because they're blocking me. I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight. I did notice I was having a little bit of that GERD. I think when they ask you to rate the person, you can leave a tip. Right. Person's 1 minute away. Well, I can't stop now. I got to keep buying things to try to get well. I was doing it before. I just couldn't get anywhere with it. And I'm starting to sneeze now. That tells me that my sinuses are starting to actually open up. I know I'm in trouble when I don't sneeze. I guess the allergens are probably starting to pick up too. And you think about it, that's what also blows out the germs and everything. Right. No, I don't know where this is going to end. Like, I know Satan can get in there and send messages also and say it's the Lord, but the Lord did send a message that I was going to be healed. But we'll see. I don't fall for those traps. Again, it will be what it will be. Case Sarah, Sarah. Right. We shouldn't. I mean, again, they tell you to expect to be healed, but I don't think that should be. I'm just not that forward with God. Okay. Let me see if I get to my outdoor camera. Something's up with my camera. It keeps going out. Somebody coming on here and hacking, or not hacking, pulling and unplugging it. Let me see what I got going. Oh, I think I know what happened. It's on. It's still on. I thought the battery got unplugged. Oh, wait a minute. Something's ain't right. It says that it's on. Why does it turn it off? The heck? I got the other battery. I might have to move to the other battery. Is it plugged in? Make sure it's plugged in. Guess it's plugged in. No idea why it's not working. I think I'll have to maybe lock this door over here. Actually, that one doesn't. That turned off. The battery turned off. It's cursed, that's for sure. I can tell all the things going crazy around it right now. Let me see if it goes on. Yeah, looks like it's on now. Yeah, the battery turned off. Right there's the shopper. I just really have to keep an eye on my van. Right. There he is taking his photo. Rings the doorbell. I got to get this guy a tip. Let me see if I can figure it out. There's usually a way to get it. I knew there's something they ask you to rate him, and then there's a way to. At least I think it's on there. Darn it. Okay, add tip. There it is. Let me take a look at that here, and I'll give him a tip. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. You get a tip. He did a good job. I got 2 things of water. I had to give him $10. Like these are things like God wants me to take care of. He's like in my charity, tip to the shoppers. I used to drive around with a pocket full of $100 bills. Not $100 bills. That's what they said. $20 bills. Or a bag full. My bag, my wallet. And then I just give people 20s on the street when they're panhandling. I don't do that anymore. Oh, wait. Well, my back's like weak right now, so again, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but hopefully it all gets better, and then I can live, semi well compared to where I've been. Right. I'm addicted to vegetables. That's my weakness. Yeah, it just went into my right hand again. Right. Now there's some messed up spots on my back, like but I think it's muscular. I don't, it could be something else, but I remember my back just start getting tighter and tighter all of a sudden, and I didn't know what to do. I stretched, and then I'm like, I got hurt because I tried to stretch, and then, and then like Monica Maurice was like, she wouldn't talk to me. It was just like insane. They triggered her to disappear. I'm like, not now. I need you now. I need to talk to somebody here. That was. You have to understand. You have to go. You have to get to Malcolm X, not Malcolm X, Martin Luther, because he'll tell you that Satan will try to make you think everything's your fault, right? And it's just same old Satan. Right. I remember forgiving. Yeah, I couldn't remember which one I liked eating. The original company doesn't even taste like it's that salty. I think some of them companies, like, I'm not too sure about Equate. I think they just try to undercut the sat fat and the sodium of everybody else. Now, I knew Europe already planned to help Zelensky. I'm Zelensky not wearing a suit. I'm sure it's out of respect for his people that are in the trenches. However, I'd say after the years that he's been with his people fighting the war, he probably has some military knowledge at this point. Right. Right. No, I knew Europe was going to do that. There's sometimes these veggie straws help my stomach. Other times they don't. Well, Europe figures they don't want, another situation. Correct. So they would rather address it now than in like 3 years or something. Again, it doesn't have to end with any level of finality. Get forward to the forever wars. Maybe President Trump wants to talk to Zelensky about that. Not Zelensky, Putin. Right. Well, I think Zelensky will even give up territory, but you had to offer him something. Again, not necessarily him, Ukraine. No, I don't think they're really offering peace. Sounds good, but Trump kind of got his way to a certain degree. No, Europe's going to provide the security. Right. No, we're not against the Russians at all. I think, to a certain degree, they had some legitimate gripes. Right. I think Zelensky's was just a player in it. I believe it's some career spies playing games. Right. They wanted to get rid of Putin. And he thought this was their opportunity. Right. You saw all the news articles trying to gin up a revolution. But again, no matter how rotten Putin can be, I think there's people on our side that want him to be rotten like that. And they just, they hate him because he's not their political cup of tea. Right. Which means MI5 is involved. MI6, I guess. I mean, for some people, it might be just getting the anti-LGBTQ boss man out. Agreed. Agreed, Larry. And again, nothing against LGBTQ people. I told you shouldn't attack the integrity of the trans people. In the military. Because you can't substantiate it. And actually, it's probably a violation of the law. The representation in the order is actually subjective to bias. You would have to individually analyze each person to substantiate such a finding. Just like OPM was dismissing people because they didn't meet the standard. I mean, they have no clue whether they did or didn't. Right. Actually, some of the people in the forestry units, they seem to be pretty good people. Hard workers. Like Mars Green is like a wacko. They don't make money like a real person. There's somebody they should lose their job. They don't bring in revenue. They protect the revenue. Yeah. And directly bring in revenue. Again, you know what it costs not to have your head cut off in Mexico? Doesn't happen here, right? You have to have a business. You don't have to worry about your head being cut off. The government employees do that. Right. What are your choices? I put my yogurt up. Mm. Try to cook some noodles and top it with yogurt. That's a good dish, good easy dish. Now I was really surprised because I was pretty healthy going into into COVID. I really was. Right. I was just a little tight, and I went and got a massage, and that loosened me up. Wait, thank you, Mary. Just hard that it's 4 years later, and I'm just getting around the massage and pain management. And they do what they do. God will have to judge it. Sorry. I bought some prunes to see if maybe if I sped up the digestion that I'd get somewhere. Right. I mean, it could be that I haven't been really doing much as far as checking on my digestion. So a few prunes a day might help get rid of it. So. No, that's really scary what they did to me. And they shut my brain down. Again, they could have been drugging me. That may be the missing link right now. They're a little bit more cautious or something. No, when I moved out of Oklahoma, didn't have my trailer hooked up yet. Ready to. I guess I was putting some last minute touches on the van. I had my mobile desk that I put in there. And I guess I was going to try to film some. I think I may have even filmed a little bit. I can't remember. I took video while I was driving. I can't remember if I did or didn't. But I went inside and then I came out and my driver door was open. They turned on my turn signal. And by that turn signal in the back, they put a silhouette of Donald Trump, and I forget what it said. Like trying to diss me. Well, how to deny any connection to Donald Trump. I was working on something. Yeah, it was pretty much probably almost the hardest 4 or 5 years of my life. I mean, so far. Hell, this last go around, this COVID thing, and and all the cramping up and everything. That was pretty bad. No, I personally believe the day 6 sentences are a little bit excessive, but I believe the crimes were committed. I don't think anybody goes after criminals, really. I don't believe anybody actually goes after criminals. Everybody just goes after political enemies. Right. Deep State screwed me up because I never got to my appeal, VA appeal. I even took my 4-inch memory foam topper off the bed to make it more rigid, just to see what happens if I laid on a heating pad. Cramped right up. I stayed on it about 20 minutes on the heating pad. Stood up, it was all tight. But first time that I know, I put my shoes on and it just went whoop. Relax. So, I don't know. That was scary what they did to me. Again, they call it panic attacks. Even when John Meluna's lady friend was doing her shit, they were causing panic attacks. That far back. I never had panic attacks like that in my life. Thank you, Orange. I was just, trying to work out in the gym. Maybe meet a friend. All right. I'm out millions. All right. I can tell the magnesium oils being processed through my body, through my mind's back to normal. It gets crazy. Real crazy. If you use too much, I use a lot. All right, that's it. Not sure how I'm going to sleep tonight, but I'm sure it's going to be whatever. But it doesn't get real cold like tonight like it did last night. It goes down a little bit. Like a couple more of these. I'm like addicted to these things. I was almost able to order this heating pad at like 3:15 to deliver after 5, 5 to 8 or whatever. I didn't order it early enough or fast enough. I mean, I'm so addicted to these things. I eat the hell out of those in Oklahoma. I don't know if the Vatican is healing me or not. All right, so eating the beans don't seem to be the trigger. All right. I stopped eating beans for a while, so I'm going to fry some beans again. Just eat, and the thing is to eat it early enough in the day. I ordered two things Dasani water. He carried those, so I gave him a good tip. Better him than me for now. Yeah, that's what I miss the most, is just laying on my back and going to sleep. If they could do that, that'd be great. I'd be tickled. Can't believe it's 4 years later already. So, actually, I definitely feel different tonight. I don't know if it's good, bad, or indifferent. Right. Let me turn the heating pad on. Well, the key is to keep the back from cramping up and being able to sleep. I mean, if it does that, that'd be a miracle. Nah, I could have probably healed way further than I did. It's just, again, deep state wouldn't stop. Actually, my back's already triggering a little bit. But again, nothing major has been put in to, to calm it down. Or no steroid that went in it. The epidural is only minorly applicable to that. Right. That's why the Lord got me over to that other organization to get the steroid shots when I was in Naples. These heating pads heat up quite good. That freaking mattress pad. I can't believe somebody actually said, "Oh, it's like I can only use number two." I don't know anybody can stand any more than that. Yeah, if I'd have got well enough, I'd have got to Philadelphia, got that surgery, all right, and then everything else would have just fell into place. Right. Again, that's how they derail your life. And I don't think we're going to do the thing for Francis tonight. I don't know when we're going to do it. Thank you, Mary. I actually wanted to order more stuff. I should have canceled the order. I redid it. We got to try to figure out what to do here. Well, my back's been cramped up on and off pretty much on for years now, so I just couldn't think nothing of it. Like I couldn't figure it out. Oh God. Let's sit on my side for now. Wish I had smart heaters, those radiator heaters. That's what they do. They create panic attacks all day long. They're sickos. I've seen people in the March service on medication, and I'm sure they did it to them. Like, I'm trying to curse. That's weird. Hmm. Let's turn these heaters down. I'd expect it to be exactly like a heating pad, but I thought that thing would have something in it, something to warm up that would be considered like hot. No, it doesn't even warm up. I'm reading about the Doge, their criticism of Doge. I'm starting this new. Well, stay peaceful, praise God, and all that you do, praise God.